Today I'm going to be playing Delta Traveler. You see, this game is Chris and Susie going to places that they shouldn't be at. Anyways, we start by naming ourselves. Anyways, we spawn in like the starting room of Undertale. Anyways, we go over to Flowey. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say again, I forgot. That was the funniest Flowey face I have seen. Well, maybe not the funniest, but that was a really funny one. Anyways, for the something interesting about this first area is we don't have any way to like heal, I don't think. I mean, there is one way. That way isn't a particularly useful one anyways. And then there's also items. Anyways, we meet Toriel, but like I'm probably only going to be mentioning most of the like fights and stuff. We also meet Mike Lazowski. Most of the ruins was not very notable, because it's just the ruins. Anyways, we got the toy knife. Anyways, then there's the best part of the mod here. Absolute peak. 10 out of 10. The best. I think this took me like, I did like the whole thing at once and it took me like 5 hours. I found one guy to be particularly hard. Anyways, we go to sleep. Then something a bit spooky happens. Anyways, then the mystery man WD Gaster starts talking to us. Well, Chris in their dream. Wait a minute, now I think about it. How do we see this? Are we actually there in the dream, or are we just happening to have the same one as them? We're gonna say Gaster magic. Anyways, we leave the ruins and then Flowey is a bit evil. Anyways, wait, why does Flowey look like bigger than normal? That doesn't make much sense, I don't think. Dude, I just realized how little of the ruins I've actually shown. It's like 4 minutes of 49. Oh wait, I recorded so nobody can see what I'm actually doing. That's gonna suck. Well, anyways, you know, a lot of his attacks are simple. He's the first area boss. Well, I mean, if they were too hard, it would be very annoying to fight him. Because, there's no good way to heal. This reminds me of that one king attack where you can like use Root Buster almost instantly, or just some high damage thing from that almost instantly. Is this attack? Pretty easy. Oh yeah, I'm remembering how I like didn't, how there's probably like an evil route in this game, in this mod. And probably one in Undertale Yellow too. I'm not gonna do those. If it's harder, I'm cooked. And also, it seems a bit boring to do that. Anyways, we do a pretty good job on, you know, Flowey. He's not very strong. I'm pretty sure with every actual little boss, you need to spare them all. I mean, you need to like actually like almost like get them to 1 HP, all of them. Then you can spare them. We just also, I think I actually read the dialogue this time. I didn't do it particularly fast. Anyways, here we get full HP, and then this never actually explained why that does happen actually. Like we just think I ended up seeing Flowey in some place. Don't remember where that was. Where was that? I don't know, like, you know how you can sometimes see Flowey when you're walking back from the place you came? It's like only there for a little bit at a time. Anyways, when we actually leave the ruins, there's Noelle who joins our party. Finally, a way to heal. Well, I didn't particularly miss that, because you see, when you're as good at me, you never get hit. I do get hit, though. Oh yeah, also, I don't remember where. Probably just tutorial noticed that there was a guy in like a scientist in Hotland who will be able to help us. You know, WD Gaster and stuff. Anyways, we get a big stick now. Like a bigger one. I think that's Susie's best weapon through the entirety of everything else so far. Anyways, then this sends the spooky skeleton. Anyways, this sands. Anyways, we progress through, you know, the room a bit. I think I was supposed to, like, cut here. I didn't. Anyways, then there's a gray door. I have never seen a gray door before, associated with no mystery man in particular. Anyways, we have to go in the gray door. Wait a minute, guys. I think I might be playing the wrong game. Anyways, we're in Earthbound now. Really convenient that we can just, you know, lurk normal again. Also, doing that also made save points appear. Anyways, you know, we just progress through the place. Anyways, we're stuck because of a weird, never mind, we're not stuck because of the weird pencil-shaped statue. Also, luckily, this place has no evil mushrooms who turn your controls around and are very annoying for when you have that effect. Anyways, then the fuzzy pickle guy appears for a little bit. Also, Sans is like the shop guy now. Anyways, this area mostly consists of the blue guys. You know, they have like blue attack. I think it took me a while to realize that they have the blue attacks. I don't remember. Maybe I should have assumed that those were the blue attacks did the blue attacks thing. Maybe I shouldn't have. They are blue and they, I probably should have. Anyways, we go over to this guy. Anyways, we 1v1 this guy and it was a very close fight. I had a bit of a skill issue while doing that fight. I think I was supposed to cut there. There's also, you know, the blue room. That didn't change. You know, filled with the blue guys. There's like this barrier we're supposed to break. That was like the thing we were supposed to do. I did forget to cut out a good amount of stuff. Oh! I didn't realize that the paintbrushes were blue so you can just stay still. Bro, I thought a lot of those attacks were literally just unavoidable, but turns out they're just blue. I didn't realize that, so I ended up getting a hit a lot more than I needed to. I found those guys very annoying because of it. I didn't realize that at all while playing through it. Anyways, I wasn't supposed to, like, have this part here. I was supposed to edit it out. I'm not gonna change that. Anyways, we can see Ralsei with weed. As usual. I bet this section is gonna be very confusing for everybody who doesn't either understand or played Earthbound. That's gonna be very confusing. Anyways, here, Gaster appears. He says some very vague and confusing things. Maybe not vague. Did some stuff. I wasn't paying enough attention, though. I don't actually end up skipping a bit of the dialogue, and then that appeared. That was absolutely hilarious. I'm confused why that appeared, but seeing it was really funny. Anyways, Paula joins our party. Well, for a bit at least. And then Susie... They 1v1 Porky. Anyways, then there's the blue guys. Surely I didn't forget to cut this part out, right? You know, I see... I look... Okay, yeah, I did. Anyways, I see what they have, and then... Kinda didn't end up using half of it. This is... Anyways, this time we come back, but with a bit less of a skill issue. Anyways... You know, this guy's actually a bit of an easy boss. To be fair, there's barely any fights between like this and the next 3 fights, so it couldn't be too hard. I think his attacks are just, you know, going diagonally with the things instead of just straight ones. This was a really, really easy fight. Anyways, Paula is mostly good because their heal is literally just better than Noelle's in every way. It's, you know, it's cheaper, it costs less. I imagine their other, like, you know, attack sort of things help. Didn't use them, I don't think. Anyways, we beat the blue guy. No, he's just a guy. It's a 3. It's a 3.5v1. I don't think Paula counts as a full person because they're like, I think they like hurt their leg or something. Imagine tripping so bad you couldn't walk for another 20 minutes. Anyways, then we fight the second Mole Guardian guy. Anyways, I go through here with, enough health on Chris. So, you know, we are not very advantageous. Okay, why wasn't I doing anything for, like, a good amount of time? Anyways, okay, Chris doesn't have enough health anymore. Anyways, here, this was actually a really, really boring fight. I did really bad and got hit almost most of the time. This guy wasn't very, you know, very tough. Anyways, we go to like the sound thing. I forgot what the spots were actually called. Anyways, then the Porkster shows up. Wait, why does the I just realized that the Porkster shouldn't have his mech by now. Because that happened at the end of the game. Well, anyways, there's also a great door there. And then, you know, Porky, you know, he's Porky. Only time Porky's, well, no, Porky's been an issue a lot. He's a bit of an annoying guy. Anyways, here, this time, the gimmick is being yellow. The first one didn't have a gimmick. being cyan makes you slower, but then you can parry. Anyways, you're supposed to topple him, then you can attack him. Whenever you attack with Chris, it also attacks with Paula as well. That means that, attacking with Chris is now the best option. But also using the magic makes it so Chris can't do anything else that turn. Also, something I realize is that most of the time using the Noella for attacking is a pretty good strategy because they can deal a lot of damage. It's very convenient having a fourth party member for a bit. Anyways, there we do absolutely minuscule damage for some reason. I just know you're supposed to topple, then you can attack. I don't know if you need to have, like, all of them be toppled or something. Well, anyways, also Doohill just heals everybody for 15. I don't think... No, wait, I couldn't have used it on the flower one because we didn't have Noelle there. Most of this fight is just boring stalling where I do enough to not die, but not good enough to not die, so most of the time my party is barely any health, and we're just dealing a little bit of damage slowly and a little bit of health, and we didn't have much healing items, so we couldn't, you know, heal. So it was just barely stalling and healing everybody the whole time. It was really boring, actually. I didn't use... Actually, no, I might have used the pie, actually. Oh, also, life up heals more than Noelle's thing. I think I said that. Anyways, I ended up getting, you know, progressively as I slowly did this fight more, get more health, and get a bit better at parrying the attacks. The horrible one where they, you know, drop bombs on us, because I'm not very good. But, you know, I can still do it. Anyways, healing everybody is actually very useful. Because, you know, it's useful to not die, I guess. I don't know, it feels kind of obvious. Around this point, I'm good enough to not get hit by a lot of the attacks. So, most of my guys can just attack, and we already at decent health, so everybody's all good. Anyways, here we spare them. He's like, so long, losers, but here's the thing. Ness is supposed to be here. But here's the thing, even if we did get hit, we'd probably get sent back to full TP and health again. Also, that guy ended up getting sent to space. I think they said that they were gonna send them to space. Anyways, Ness is here for a very brief amount of time. Anyways, here we don't have the fourth party member anymore. But anyways, we walk through the, you know, the door. When we go through the door, we go to the next place. Anyways, here, we're back in regular Snowdon, and nothing has changed. Except for the ground is a bit more dusty. Also, Herobrine is here, and there's no more, because there's no more leaves on the trees. Anyways, here's Papyrus. And Sans, the super duper sneaky skeleton, attempts to murder us. Anyways, this is like Undertale, but like evil. Everybody's evil and mad. And Sans is very, very evil and mad. You know, Sans is, you know, evil. Anyways, I fight this guy. He was annoying for a while, but eventually I did something. I think I died to him once somehow. I thought this guy only used blue attacks. I'm confused. Anyways, I end up talking to this guy, and then I found the second best part of the game. You can change the color of your text boxes, and you can. Oh, also, a lot of the enemies in this area are red and also super duper annoying to spare. Anyways, I pick the best color. Moss. Probably didn't even need to check any other ones other than just seeing moss. Moss is absolutely amazing. I love eating moss. Anyways, Sans effectively plants a bomb as their trap. But by the way, there's like some traps. It's kind of like the normal thing, but like evil and a little bit harder. Anyways, actually I think I have one of the funniest deaths in this area. It's just a really, really funny death. You know, the way I die, I find it to be really funny. Anyways, here we end up going into the woods. And we end up sleeping, I think. And then, I know, we see Chris's dreams again. It doesn't make sense that we're doing this, I don't think. We don't see Chris's thoughts, we see everybody else's. I'm just gonna, I can be explained with Gaster. Anyways, after the dream, Chris removes us for a small amount of time. Also, we end up going into some dark woods where we need to either carry around a torch or go in just looking blind. I ended up accidentally forgetting to bring the torch once, then I got lost and then I needed to reopen the game to get back to the last save point because I couldn't find where it came from because I couldn't see anything. Anyways, after this cutscene, we can see Chris's eye now. You know, it's not that, you know, I guess it's meant to be symbolic. That probably shouldn't physically do too much. Anyways, here Gaster speaks to us. So we do something that, does not seem familiar and we had not done at the start of this game. Or at least the original game. This was made around, like, the time of Chapter 2, so... You know, it's... I'm pretty sure it'd work if it was Chapter, like... 4 through 3. I can't think of anything which would remove it. I think our soul was be silent for a bit. Anyways, we're doing this. I don't know why we have to start doing this later, and also why it can physically fit under our bed. I don't think that makes much sense. I mean, they can't see this, can they? Also, it's weird that it walks there, but... I mean, if it physically exists, at least it does something. Anyways, Chris tells the rest of the party that they're basically possessed. You see, I personally would have said that Also, Chris can talk now. I don't know why they didn't do that before. It's not like they couldn't. Also, can they tell which ones is actually them? This is like the woods part. We need to go around and try to find like a ladder to leave because we're stuck here, I guess. I don't know, I forgot a lot of it. There's these really annoying red enemies. I think some of them curse because they're really just mad and a little stupid. Anyways, we just lie to these dogs and then they don't do anything. These guys, maybe there is a way to actually fight them, but if we just like lie to them, that works too. Anyways, here is the point where I have the funniest death of all of them. Do you think I should press that big red button on top of that tree? We know this is the area with the person with, who wants to kill us, and literally planted a bomb. Anyways, boom! Yeah, I had to die, and then I had to, like, do a whole enemy encounter again, which was really annoying. Anyways, we do this puzzle, and then it's changed a bit, so we actually have to do it. I didn't read the rules, but I just guessed. You know what to do? Guessing actually works perfectly well. There's no reason not to guess. Also, the way you win this is by getting to the white tile. I thought you were supposed to get to the other end, but I forgot that you didn't need to do that. Anyways, there's Ralsei with weed again. This is the best part of the whole thing. This is absolute peak. Anyways, I struggled with this for a bit until I realized I just need to go in a circle. I don't particularly struggle. It wasn't very hard to find out that I just do a circle and then it goes fine. I thought I also cut this part out. Well, I'm a pretty forgetful person, I guess. I actually don't know why I didn't stop there that time. That doesn't seem right, I don't think. Anyways, here where I realized that won't work, I think, and then I just, I don't know, lock in. I don't know what to say. I'm supposed to cut this part out. It wasn't interesting. It was just me forgetting that I'm supposed to go in the circle. I probably should have realized that I don't need to do diagonals. If there was something where you need to get to the end and then press the button for it to reset, that would have been like a crazy puzzle. Anyways, then I just go circle mode. Why does the sport still, make it so you can't move without control? Also, I do fight that, like, the whale-looking guy, and then there's, like, Jerry, but, like, mad, evil, and with a sword. Ended up being the hardest fight. Uses all the different soul modes. Well, it actually only uses 2. The blue one, you end up using the blue one, which makes you dash. I actually don't know if you fight that deer guy. Maybe they just don't run into you. Okay, I'm pretty sure I, didn't cut out doing that one out, so... Okay, yeah, I did. Maybe I should have found that guy if you can. Or talk to them. Anyways, this guy sends is evil and then activates the special thing. So, like the special weapon thing, it kills me like twice, I think. Oh, also around here, I think I forgot to like record the volume. Like the sound, so there's no sound now. It's gonna be quiet this whole time now. Anyways, I found this area to be a bit hard because it's like a really long attack. But I can't like, and I can't heal like the whole time. Also, I'm bad. It took me like 2 attempts to do it. I end up being able to do it. The dog ended up doing nothing on it. Anyways, we end up at this house without the suspicious ghastly door. Nothing sus about this one. Anyways, then since the spooky skeleton is here, says that he kills orphans. I don't think that's a very good thing to say or do. I personally would not suggest doing it. Anyways, then Chris is like the absolute goat here. They just get jumped. Somebody tries to remove their soul. And then they almost immediately get back up soon after, stab them in the back, and do 1/4 of their damage when we can't do that for a lot of this time. Anyways, this is like the hardest guy. So I end up trying to just, beat him. This part ended up taking me the longest. I end up maybe actually getting good. I don't know if I actually got good. I don't think so. But I beat him eventually. It took me a while though. Anyways, you have to distract him so he doesn't dodge your attacks. Also, Chris does actually like 1/4 of their health when Red Buster doesn't. It goes to show how Chris was absolutely locked in when they at the start of the fight. You really don't want to try to use like the healing much because it means you can't use Red Buster, which is ideally what you use because it does so much of their health. Anyways, we end up being able to dash with the blue thing. Found that to be really fun. Sometimes there's, just the Sans parkour courses. Like New Super Mario, like a Mario game. This attack was actually really easy. The only thing bad about this attack is that it's hard to actually get, the stuff, bar stuff. The TP, I don't know how I forgot that one. There's literally a thing on the side of it. Okay, anyways, you are my. I don't know why this is taking me so long. Anyways, I'm supposed to like guard here. Pretty sure this is just the winning attempt. This is like a lot of the hardest part of the thing. The with Chris and Susie, I found their main use to be, dealing that damage. The really, really good one, of course. Also, also, I don't know if like it's Ice Shock is nerfed or just like this when you don't, do the Snowgrave route. But they're doing, but it's like 24 of the stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's not the normal amount. I easily could be wrong. Also, they have a final attack right before they die. Where they just don't take any damage anymore, I guess. Oh, by the way, there's like the bones on the menus, I think, but only at like the bottom ones. They also can't kill you, but you can't see them though because, I forgot to, make the screen thing go like that. I really need to like remember to do that. Well, not really, but it's probably the best, lowest amount of effort thing I can do to make the videos better. Being able to see the whole screen. Anyways, we're able to, deal a lot of their health. Is it? I did we started the? Is that okay? For a minute, I thought we went back to start of the battle because that's like the second attack they use. Initially, I wanted if I was gonna beat this guy, I wanted to like kill them, but then you see, but then I realized, what if I didn't do that? Wait, why do we have so much healing items again? I don't think we had that much before. Well, um, we're definitely far into the fight because it's this attack. The really hard Mario Bros. Attack. You gotta get him down. Well, not quite. Oh no, this is just the 1 HP range. But here I'm kind of cooked because I'm kind of got low health. I'm not messing up much of these attacks very much. And I'm doing really well on this one. This one, you're not blue anymore on this one. Anyways, here I didn't do super well here, I don't think. Who would've is the question. Not me, that's who. Anyways, then the iconic circle move, you know, because we have never seen circle attacks before. Well, it's really funny to have circle attacks. Anyways, Sans tries to, like, tries to win. But he doesn't really win. And instead, he ends up throwing. Because, you see, he makes himself tired. And that allows us to spare him. I do not think this guy wanted us to spare him. Well, maybe he would rather have that than die. Well, anyways, he's tired now, so that's just gonna be an easy win. Okay, Well, anyways, he's sleeping now. I wonder why Sans doesn't frown. Maybe it's just really hard to move your face when your face is made out of exclusively bones. Or maybe he just likes smiling. Anyways, Papyrus shows up, I think. Pretty sure I actually just cut when that happened. Anyways, we leave the evil Undertale universe after this one. Papyrus is here and he does say some stuff. Okay, anyways, some stuff happens. We're in the normal. Well, is this the normal one? Maybe not, because we're here. Anyways, there's Des, who's here for a little bit. They're not very relevant. They just appear here, leave. I'm forgetting what happened. I forget a lot. Anyways, I cut a bit. This is probably the worst time to cut. I could have cut to them, like, actually walking downstairs. Anyways, they walk downstairs, they see each other, they have the exact same thoughts, and also they're yellow for a bit. The moss-colored dialogue is absolute peak. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're able to walk around the regular area of Snowdin for a bit after this. Anyways, did you just see that? There was Goku. When that first happens, there's a Vine Boom sound effect when that first happens. But I forgot to record the audio, so it's not like the sound is there. Anyways, then there's the wrong number song. I think that's like just a guaranteed thing to happen. Would make sense. Unfortunately, we cannot get that thing under the bench. I forgot what it was called. I forget a lot of things. Anyways, here we there's some like echo flowers here, I guess. Oh, I don't know why that one was there, but that was like a weird face. I guess so. Anyways, Undying is here. I think I should have mentioned that they were there before, but well, to be fair, we just left Snowdin. I think, well, actually, I'm pretty sure we were already able to see them. Anyways, Chris jumps through the door. Kinda interesting that they exclusively jump through the door. Because that means if there's any more of the game. Oh wait, that uses the Earthbound text box. Well, anyways, that means if there's any more of this, then it's going to be a Chris-only section for at least a bit. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video.